How's it going, Guardians? Archangel here. Today I'll talk to you guys about meta and playing the meta. I know, but Ark, where's the review? It's coming. Don't worry, the review is coming. Just need to record raid gameplay. I have the audio for the review recorded. Just need to record some raid clips, just so you can have that for the view and get that uploaded. But anyways, getting back on topic, what is meta? Well, for those that don't know, in this term, this sense, meta is the popular setup, the popular build. Now, what everybody is using. The meta is what's most common played by the masses, what you're seeing in most YouTube videos, what you're seeing in Crucible when you're playing the game, what everyone's usually going to run. Currently, the meta in Destiny 2's Crucible is Mighty Multi-Tool with the Hero's Gift or Mighty Multi-Tool with the Mighty Mini-Tool. In terms of classes, it's usually going to be a Striker Titan, but sometimes you get some Warlocks on there as well. But anyways, that is the current meta. Now, I'm not going to go on some rant about the Mighty being overpowered because it's not. It's an exotic. It's supposed to be good. However, I will say that changes need to be made to add variety to the Crucible. Changes need to be made to, just level out the playing field. You don't have to nerf the Mida just to make other guns be better. Buff the lesser known Sky Rifles, buff the Pulse Rifles, but don't nerf the Mida. If you buff other guns, you're not downplaying the current weapons, you're just elevating the others. Part of what makes Mida such a good weapon is not just how hard it hits, but it's the best option for ranged combat on maps with a lot of narrow corridors, which in Trials of the Nine, that's the main map. The main map has a lot of very strong points where you just hold down corridors, and the Mida is great for that. So if you elevate Pulse Rifles and the other Sky Rifles, then you kind of eliminate the Mida being the most used gun because now you have other options to use, and you can use something else in your secondary slot or your power weapon slot. Now, me personally, I don't play the meta, mostly because I do like, to be different from the norm. I like to, test myself. I'm not a fan of using what is best in the game, because to me, that's just taking the easy road. I like to challenge myself. That's one reason why I play Hunter. The class, in my opinion, that takes the most skill to use. Now, why do I think it takes the most skill to use? Because Hunters have, to compete with two other classes that are far superior in terms of abilities. This isn't a question. I'm not saying that the Hunter is underpowered, but in terms of the abilities, the Hunter has, the least useful weaponry and abilities for Crucible. Now, Hunters don't have a healing rift. Hunters don't get a deployable shield. Hunters don't have an insanely powerful AoE all that can be spammed 3 times, or a number of swords or hammers that can just fling around the map without even having to aim. Just chuck them and hope for the best. Hunters have little to work with. Playing with them requires you to play differently. It requires you to have skill. It requires you to be better than the other two classes. Playing Titan, the game basically plays for you. It doesn't take skill at all to play a Striker Titan or a Sunbreaker. But that's a discussion for another day. I don't want the Titan, master race freaking to go insane. I'm just saying, in my opinion, Hunter takes the most skill because you have to work with less. It's me. That's what makes you, the more skillful class, because doing more with less. Now, I will say it takes more skill now to be a Warlock than it did in the first game, but the Healing Rift kind of dumbs down the challenge of being a good player with a Warlock. But anyways, I'm getting off topic when it comes to playing meta. I'm going on a rant about classes. When it comes to my weapons, I run the Pulse Rifle, Auto Rifles, and the lesser known Scout Rifles. I don't really use the Mida. I have before. Like I said before, I love the Mida. I loved it in the first game. It's a great gun. It always has been a great gun, but it's elevated in this game because of how the maps flow. I know when I don't use it, that'll hurt myself because my setup is inferior. But in the end, when it gets to kills and winning games, and when I see the leaderboard, it shows me on top of the leaderboard, I feel good. I feel really good about seeing my name up there on that top of the leaderboard because I'm doing it with lesser guns. I'm doing it with a lesser class. It's like I'm a very competitive person, and the adrenaline in me just gets going. The wheels start to turn when I'm seeing myself doing so good with an inferior setup. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, I've played the meta before. I played it, but I don't do it often, and I don't really feel like a good player when I do use the meta. When I play the meta and I do good with it, I'm like, this isn't really that big of a deal. I just used, the meta. I don't care that I had a good game because it's the meta. I'm not going to show, insane gameplay of me getting 30 kills with a Mida because it's the meta. It's not impressive. It's the same thing everyone can do because it's an easy class to run. But if I'm doing it with, a lesser known weapon, then it's impressive. If I'm doing it with auto rifles and just auto rifles, then it's kind of cool because I'm doing something that's not going to be a common thing because it's not the meta. Now, I'm a super competitive person, as I said, so I want to beat people with weapons that nobody else is using. It just feels good to me. That's why I don't play the meta, because playing the meta is just, you're being a casual. But if you're playing something different, doing like your own little setup, your own little weird kind of thing, it feels good to do good with that. And part of why meta exists is because people want to win, and when they see one thing is dominating, they flock to just playing with that setup because they want to win. So that's why metas exist, because people want to win games, and they see what the best thing is, and they use that. But you don't have to. You don't have to play the meta. You don't have to do it whenever what everyone else is doing. Do you really want to feel like a good player? Don't play meta. That's how simple it is. If you feel like you are a player and you don't feel good, that's because you're playing the meta. Don't play it, you'll feel like a better player for it. Change the metas. Spank the body user with a vigilance wing or something. Just change up how you're playing the game, change up your weapons, and you'll realize that you don't need the Might of multi tool to be a good player. So the meta is your enemy. It's not your friend. The meta holds you back from improving yourself because you're just using a stock style and you're not improving on maybe your flaw. Maybe your aim isn't as good with other weapons because you're not using those weapons. Maybe you can't roam around the map like a good rusher because you're just stuck in corridors with a meta. So if you stop playing meta, you become a better player overall. The point is, you don't have to play the meta. I have a friend who really wants a new primary, but he isn't having a good luck on finding one that fits him. So he just runs the meta like everybody else does because he can't find a gun that fits him and that makes him good in Crucible. Mostly because he doesn't really want to something 50 casual is why he wants to change his gun up. Because like I said, if you're playing a meta, you're 50 casual. It's not just a Destiny thing, it's in Siege or any other shooter. If you play the meta or any kind of RPG, even with that, if you play in the meta, you're just a casual. You're not a hardcore player. You're just flocking to whatever's the most powerful thing in the game and doing that. So go outside the box. You become a better player when you go outside the box and you do better you use other weapons. So what I told him was, I said, say fuck it. Use whatever you find. Even if it doesn't work out in one match, maybe try the next match. Get used to using that weapon. Like he had a hand cannon that he, said was a good hand cannon, but he was struggling to use it in Crucible. I said, have you tried to do a shotgun screen with it? And that's a term I use in Gears of War, where you aim down the sights really quick, then aim out really quick. To me, in Destiny, you can do that with a hand cannon because it gives my brain like the idea of this is how quick I need to get my shots off to make it accurate. So tell them to do that. Change up your playstyle and how you think, and all of a sudden you'll become better with that gun. Don't just sit there and use just one gun and one playstyle because you're not going to become a better player that way. What I'm trying to say is don't give in to just being a meta player. Many others will be less impressed with what you did if you did it with a meta setup. I know it sounds like a harsh thing to do. I know it's like I'm just freaking ranting about the meta, but in general, it's less impressive when you use a meta and more impressive when you do something different. Like if I get outplayed by like a sidearm, I'm like, they still use those. Good. Kudos to you guys. You whoop my ass with a sidearm. I don't really see those that often in Destiny 2's Crucible. If I get outplayed by an unknown dead orbit, pulse rifle, I'm gonna be confused. Like, okay, maybe I'm just bad at the game because he just murked me with a shitty ass pulse rifle. In general, kudos to that guy. That's impressive. You're doing something with a gun that not everybody else is running around with. But if you're using a Mida, I'm like, okay, I died to Mida. Who cares? So that's kind of just what I want to say when it comes to meta. Don't play it. You don't have to play meta. Do your own kind of thing when it comes down to it. But anyways, guys, I've been Mr. Archangel, the real is talking to you too. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Please leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below. Support the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.